Right, let's clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Right. Let's get into it. This is brotherhood class. You know, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Been bringing this truth since 1969. That truth is, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives are descendants of the greatest people that ever walked the face of this earth. And the Bible identifies us as the true biblical Jews of the Bible. And just as the true biblical Jews of the Bible, we all suffer under our oppressor. You understand? We suffer under our oppressor. Why do we suffer? We suffer because we're not following, the line that the Most High has given us to follow, meaning these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? We often wonder why we go through what we go through. And as individuals, the Most High does not, judge us as individuals, but he judges us as a nation. You understand? When we went into captivity in Egypt, we went in as a nation. There were some good people and there were some bad people. You understand? The Most High judges us as a nation. He doesn't judge us as individuals. So we often hear a lot of people saying, well, why, if God is real, why does he let these things happen? He's real. He's definitely real. But we are a family, and families suffer together. And the only way we come up out of this suffering is if we come back to what the Most High has given us, the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? What we talked about a few weeks ago, we talked about the destruction, America's destruction of black and brown families. And we are destroyed as a nation of people. We often look at people like LeBron James, and we look at, who's that, Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, and we look at them and say, well, they prospering, right? We think of them as prospering, but they really not prospering. You understand? When we look at them, we have to understand that they are slaves just as we are. They just $1 million slaves. You ever seen that book, Cap, $1 Million Slave? You got a book out called $1 Million Slave. Listen, we say it all the time, right? You can't be a millionaire or a billionaire if someone can take what you have away from you because of your thoughts. You understand? Your beliefs. You understand? When you believe something is true and someone can take it from you and take something from you, then you're not that thing that you think you are. One thing that we know that we are is we know that we are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, because that's what this book tells us. What we're going to talk about today is the America's destruction of black and brown families. Now, like I said before, we started off a few weeks ago and we talked about the Vietnam War. You understand? And we just going to go back a little bit and go back into some of the things that we already talked about. Now, when brothers went into that Vietnam War, that was a war that we as black people should have never been in. You understand? That had nothing to do with us. But a lot of our brothers went into that war thinking that when we come back from that war, opportunity will present itself to us. We thought that same thing in World War I. We thought the same thing in the Civil War. We thought the same thing in World War II. Nothing has changed with our oppressor. You understand? Our oppressor was created to be the oppressor that he is. What does that scripture say? That scripture says, who can make that straight which I have made crooked? You understand? We as a people, we always believe that we can change the heart of the oppressor. We cannot change what the Most High has created a thing to be. You understand? We can't. So a lot of our brothers went into that Vietnam War believing that coming home from that war, that they would get recognition. You understand? Job opportunities would open up. They would be able to provide and take care of their families. You understand? But the oppressor had another thing. You understand? In mind. You understand? Going into that Vietnam War, our oppressor subjected our brothers and sisters, or our brothers, to heroin, opium, things like that. You understand? So when they would come home, they would be unuseful to the community at best. You understand? Brothers did not come home to jobs. So that was one of the linchpins that helped the oppressor begin to destroy black and brown families. You understand? Understand something like this. All the way up, think about this. We were freed in 1860, so-called freed in 1863. It didn't go through until 1865. In 1921, we had millionaires. You understand? And you ask yourself, how does a people come out of slavery and in damn near less than 60 years have millionaires coming from slavery? How is that? There's only one thing that happened, you understand, that helped us to achieve that. You understand? We believed in each other. We knew we had to rest and we had to depend on each other. You understand? Our oppressor did not want to help us. And think about it, in 1921, if we were becoming millionaires, what was happening to our oppressor at that time? Our oppressor was going through his Great Depression. Now, as an oppressor, you have so-called newly freed slaves. And as you're going through poverty, they're becoming millionaires. That would make any oppressor hot. That would make any oppressor want to destroy the very people he's so-called free. And let's not forget too, emancipation means to be released as private property and turned over to the state. So in essence, we were so-called free from private slavery, and then we went into capitalism slavery. We became property of the state. You understand? So now getting back, that Vietnam War sent brothers home high on heroin, high on opium and things like that. And remember, all of those Asian states, and this is just a footnote, those Asian countries are where you have all the opium dens. This is where opium and heroin came from. You understand? So all of those Asians, they were the first ones getting high on heroin and opium and things like that. You understand? And they just introduced it to us. And I mean, our US government introduced it to our brothers over there in Vietnam. You understand? What's going on, Buka? It's good to see you, brother. So, in coming home from that Vietnam War, a lot of brothers thought that they were going to be able to, get better jobs, be able to take care of their families and things like that. You understand? We thought that that was what was going to happen, but our government had something else in plan. What's going on, bro? How you feeling? Okay. Good to see you. You understand? Our brothers thought they were going to come home from that Vietnam War and they thought they were going to, make a difference. You understand? Thought we were going to be back on the road to prosperity. But that was the last thing that our oppressor had in mind. You understand? He came home. He had our neighborhoods flooded with heroin and things like that, destroying our families, breaking up the families and everything. With that happening, then we went into child welfare. You understand? Because the brother couldn't have come home and he couldn't get a halfway decent job. Sisters had to go on welfare. You understand? Because it wasn't being given to the brothers. Sisters had to go on welfare. Well, in going on welfare, what happens? In going on welfare, especially between 1963 and into the 70s, when you went on welfare, they said to black and brown families that a man could not be living in the house if you're on welfare. Hence, now you had to kick your man out of the house. Broken family. This is the beginning of destroyed families. You got some, Cap? Or they had to hide the father when they come past. You remember that? It was a TV show that came on back in the 70s, and they showed just that. You understand? And I was actually privy to that in the early 90s. You understand? When my kid's mom, we needed welfare because she had my daughter was born and she wasn't working and we needed the money. And they told her the exact same thing. They told her that if she got this welfare, then I couldn't be living under the same roof. Okay, no problem. He don't live here. You understand? I was fortunate because they didn't send nobody out to look in your house and check your house or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying? But these are the things that they use to destroy us. We have to understand that we cannot rely on America to take care of us. Con, sir. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, you can check, dig through this and see if you can get it out of that. You understand? What is that? What I was saying? Oh, you got one? Okay. All right. You couldn't be living in the sister's, if you couldn't be living with them if the sister was on welfare. You understand? So this was that second phase. That welfare was the second phase of destroying black families. You understand? Now let's go back. We're gonna go back a little bit into history, right? In 1921, 9% of black and brown families grew up without a father in the household. 9%. So what does that mean? That meant that 91% of families grew up with a mother and father in the household. 91% in 1921. America understood that in order for America to run on the capitalism that they needed to build America, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives could not prosper in America as they were up until 1921. And we talked about the cities that were being destroyed, the black towns and cities that were being destroyed all across America. And I believe it was starting in 1863 all the way up until well into 1985. And you say, how in 1985? Remember that the MOVE bombing in Philadelphia in 1985? Listen, America never stops destroying us. You understand? It will never stop happening with America. What you got, bro? Right.
She said she was born in 1916.
And my brother said his grandmother was born in 1916.
Yeah, 1916. She died in 2015, right?
Right.
She said when she was 7, she was in some town in Louisiana, and they chased all the black people out of town.
Right.
And flooded the town.
Right. What was the name of that town again?
I don't remember.
You said it was in Louisiana?
It's somewhere near St. Rose, something like that.
But you said Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Okay. You understand? Listen, it's a lot of towns that haven't been mentioned. You understand? We just know of a few of those towns. Seneca Village, what's that? Rosewood. What's that? They had a couple in North Carolina. They had the North Carolina riots and everything like that. Hey, listen, it was quite a few towns all around America. You understand? That blacks were prospering in. You understand? And one thing that your oppressor does not want to see happen is blacks and Hispanics prosper. You understand? But we have to understand the mindset of our oppressor. And that's the thing that we don't understand. You understand? Can I get I want a scripture. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18.
I got it. Proverbs 29:18.
Yeah, let me grab it first before you get there, before you start reading. Make sure we on the same page. Proverbs 29, verse 18. Go ahead.
Book of Proverbs 29:18. There is no vision, the people perish.
Say that again.
There is no vision, people perish.
Hey, listen, the scripture says, where there is no vision, the people perish. You understand? And one thing about vision, the vision is also about understanding. Vision is also about understanding your oppressor, your enemy. You understand? And a lot of us don't understand that the scriptures tell us, trust not thine enemy. We trust in America. We trust our enemies. We trust that handshake. You understand? Me and Kat was talking about it earlier about the Pledge of Allegiance. You understand? When you speak that Pledge of Allegiance, you pledge your allegiance away from your people and into the hands of your oppressor. That's what the Pledge of Allegiance is about. You understand? Giving your soul, giving your spirit to a people who are set to destroy you. That's the whole purpose of that Pledge of Allegiance. We have to understand where there is no vision, the people perish. We have to begin to tell our children, give our children understanding about the government that we live under, about the oppressor that we live under. You understand? Go ahead.
But he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
Hey, listen, it says, he that keepeth the law, happy is he. We keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Listen, we don't have to worry about breaking America's laws if we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Not only do we not have to worry about breaking America's laws, but happy will we be. You understand? We follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. The Most High will make us prosper under any conditions. Now, like I said before, look at Tulsa, Oklahoma. Look how they prospered. What was missing with Tulsa, Oklahoma? Tell me, what was missing?
White.
No.
Brotherhood,
not so much brotherhood. I mean, not brotherhood as we look at it. You understand what I'm saying? Not brotherhood as ISUPK, not brotherhood as biblical brotherhood. You understand? The thing that they were missing was the Most High. You understand? The thing that they were missing was the Most High. You understand? Because had they not been missing the Most High, none of those cities and towns would have been destroyed. We would have prospered so much so we would have overran the oppressor. Christ would have returned and destroyed them. You understand? We'd be living in our heaven and they'd be living in their hell right now. Listen, heaven and hell are only conditions on this earth. You understand? That Vietnam War, that was hell for us, being in that Vietnam War. Yeah, oppressors died in that Vietnam War, but it was more hell for us because we came home to nothing. You understand? Child welfare is hell to us. Child support is hell to us. You understand? Think about who's being destroyed on these things. Think about these things that are being used against who? Because think about this too, right? Welfare is used all the way across the board, but we're the people who get edged out the most. You understand? Most times more than many. You understand? Our oppressor does not get ousted out of welfare. You understand? They don't get the hammer brought down on them out of child support. You understand what I'm saying? These things don't happen to them. These things that they use are being used against us to destroy us. Sisters go out here and they get on that welfare, not understanding. Think about it, right? And I don't want to get too far off, but think about welfare. What does welfare do to most sisters on it?
Against that man,
Say that up.
charges them against that man, they feel like the man doesn't need.
It's something more. It's something. Go ahead, Cap. There you go. Listen. When you get on welfare, Cap said it, when you get on welfare, you get put into a box. Understand, right? When you get a job and you get on welfare, they tell you you can only work a certain amount of hours. If you work over a certain amount of hours, you don't get welfare. So what do sisters do? Get the most menial job that they can, right? So that they can get this thing right here, not understanding that if you take your brother and help your man out and take him and his job, the menial job that he got, you'll get more than you have on that welfare. Then they use it against you. How else do they use it against you? How else do they use welfare against us? How do they use it against us? Because this is going to be part of the topic tonight. How do they use it against us? You talk.
They use it against you. Like I said, they put you, if I could,
Go
they
ahead.
put you in a box,
Right.
and you can't go past a certain limit.
Right.
You're not.
Right. And if you notice, because I have a few sisters that live around in my neighborhood, and I noticed that at a certain time every year they quit the job that they working. They quit the job that they're working so that they don't go over, so that they can continue to collect that welfare. You understand? Brother's not supposed to be living in a house, but these are the things that they do because now you're limited, because you want, instead of getting out there grinding and making life better for yourself, you allow America to keep you in this box, and now you'll only go but so far. So the menial job that you work, a lot of times it'll be a menial job like a fast food restaurant, something like that, something that anybody off the street can go boom and get like that. Nothing that's going to help you to build your family, strengthen your family, and have something to leave in the end. You understand? Go ahead. Right.
You deserve more for listening. Isaiah 36.
Go ahead. Hold Salaki, sir. Let me grab that. Isaiah 36 and 36 and 6. I'm there. Isaiah chapter 36, verse 6. Lo, thou trust. Okay.
Isaiah 36 and 6 said, Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed of Egypt.
That staff.
Right.
You feel like that staff is gonna hold us up. You feel like America is gonna hold us up. You feel like you can lean on America. So we join the military.
That's that crutch.
You know, that crutch.
That crutch.
We trust in that crutch.
Right.
And that hood.
Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand.
And you walking and you leaning with that staff, the staff pierce your arm, pierce your hand.
Right.
Levi's supposed to hold you up.
Right.
That's America.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't rely on it like that.
Because that's how America is built. America is built to pierce. You understand? The very thing that they create to have you think is going to help you eventually is going to pierce, is going to hurt you.
You can work the system.
Right.
Don't be fooled like this is a utopia.
Right.
Don't get tricked into thinking your man is not bothered.
Right.
You're supposed to use that house to build them up, build each other up.
Exactly.
You fool thinking you got it now. Meanwhile, you destroy it.
Now, not getting off, right? But when a lot of sisters get on that welfare, what's the first thing that come out of their mouth?
You can get out.
No.
I don't need a man. You can get out.
Say it
I
again.
don't need a man.
There you go. You understand? When America puts us in that box because of that system, what happens is our sisters are the weaker vessel. We have to be that strength, right? So when that man The scripture. What's the scripture? A strong man. The strong man's.
I'm strong, man.
Can you grab that for me? Listen, the first thing that they do, right, is they put you in a box, they move the man out. When the sister gets reliant on that very thing, the first thing that comes out of that sister's mouth is, I don't need a man. You understand? Once America puts that thumb on that sister, then that sister screaming out, oh, help me, help me, help me. These things, these are the very things, but by the time she says, help me, help me, help me, that man is up and gone. Now you're on your own, right? And then what happens is, being on that welfare system and raising children under that welfare system, a lot of times that welfare system rubs off on that next generation. So we see it as a continual thing. We see families being raised up under the welfare system, everybody living in the same household, being raised up under the same household and repetitiously doing the same thing. This is how America is created. America is created on capitalism. And the only way that you can be a country built on capitalism is you have to have a permanent underclass of people. That's what we talked about that a few weeks ago. Hence, the doctrine of exclusion. We talked about that a few weeks ago. Doctrine of exclusion of 1638. Maryland Doctrine of Exclusion clearly states that no slave, descendant of a slave, or black person shall enjoy the fruits of white society. That was a law. That was a law started in Maryland, taken on by Virginia and the rest of the colonies, and they built on that. Hence the welfare system. The welfare system helps us or hinders us from enjoying the fruits of society, period. Not gonna say white society, because we've known great societies. You understand? We are a strong people. We have built ourselves up. You understand? But these are the things that America uses to destroy us. Vietnam War, sending our brothers home, no jobs. The welfare system. The welfare system, the sisters take the welfare system, move the man out. You got that scripture?
Mark 3:27. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
Say that again.
No man can enter into a strong man's house.
Hey, listen, it says no man can enter into a strong man's house. When a strong black man is set and he is the head over his household, no man can enter into a strong man's house. Go ahead.
And destroy his goods.
Say that again.
And spoil his goods.
And say that again.
No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods.
And spoil his goods. No man can enter into a strong man's house and destroy his children and manipulate his wife, destroy him and his family. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods. You understand? Have his wife remove him from the household. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods. Read on.
Except he will first bind the strong man.
Except he would first bind the strong man. This is what they used the Vietnam War. This was the first linchpin. The Vietnam War. Having brothers come home on opium, heroin, and things like that. And marijuana was a big thing. Hence, this is a sidebar. Have you ever heard of you see brothers smoke weed, right? Have we all heard of shotgun? Huh? Shotgun, right? Remember that term used in smoking weed? Where did that come from? Where did it come from? Came from the war. Why did it come from the war? It was getting high. How? No, you was kind of right. But check this out. That term shotgun came because brothers would empty out their shotgun and they would blow through the shaft and the dude would put the barrel up to his mouth and blow in like that. That's where that term shotgun came from, the Vietnam War. You understand? See, we so destroy even the things that we do, we don't even understand where they come from. That term shotgun came from the Vietnam War. Brothers would sit there, blow through the end where you put the bullets at, and the other brother would have a barrel up to his mouth and inhale. Shotgun. That's where that term came from. See, and we got to understand everything that America does is to destroy us. In the Vietnam War, second off, brothers were 65 to 70% most of the time put on the front lines first. So they saw that rigid and raw action and came home mind destroyed. So either you came home a fiend, or your mind was totally twisted, or you came home to no job. So it was a lose-lose situation. Go ahead, Cap.
And they still in that military mindset. A lot of them
Exactly.
they can't even talk about it without going crazy.
Not at all.
The word silent.
I don't know if you ever go. What did you Gray say? Matop? Right. And listen, that was the perfect representation of that Vietnam War. Now, I don't know if you ever see that movie Lackawanna Blues? Lackawanna Blues. You see the crazy dude that was in there? The Vietnam War. That was how brothers came home. You understand? That opium tears your mind up. You understand? Seeing all of that stuff going on over there tears your mind up. So now you send them home, and guess what? The strong man has been binded. You understand? Go ahead.
That's why you said learn not to wear the heathen.
Hey, listen, learn not to wear the heathen. We speak listen, that's a bedrock scripture. The scripture says, learn not to wear the heathen, right? Was we finished with that? That was it on that? Read it again. Go ahead, read it again anyway.
It's Mark 3:27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
Hey, listen, once he binds the strong man, right, then you can take over that whole household, right? The household falls apart. When there's no man in the household, eventually a household falls apart. Listen, the Most High created order. Says it's the Most High, and then there's Christ under the Most High. Man is under Christ, and the woman is under the man. You understand? And the children go under the woman. But if you remove any of those parts or pieces above that woman, that house sloppy. When you remove that man, that household is destroyed. You understand? Go ahead.
Christ said, anybody that blasphemes against the Holy Spirit can't be forgiven. How do you blaspheme the Holy Spirit?
Listen, it's a blaspheme is a terrible lie against the Most High. That's what a blasphemy is. It's a filthy, disgusting lie against the Most High. A blasphemy, saying that the Most High is white. You understand? Saying that the angels are babies. I ain't gonna say that, right? But it's the Christian. Listen, it's everything that the Christian church says about the Bible. Every lie about the Bible, saying God doesn't hate. God is all love. You understand? That's a blasphemy. And listen, we all grew up believing in that because most of us grew up under Christianity. You understand? It wasn't until we found the truth that we came out from under those lies. You understand? Listen, the Bible tells us that, you understand, Christ won't return until there comes a falling away first. We got to fall away from the lies, and our eyes have to be open up to who our oppressor is or who is destroying us. You understand? That's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. You understand? Let no man deceive you by any means. At least there come a falling away first. You understand? We have to fall away from the lies. We have to fall away from the blasphemy of the Christian church. We've been destroyed by the Christian church. You understand? And a lot of us believe, wholeheartedly believe, even when we hear the truth, we so destroyed, we still believe it. You understand? So you gotta have that mindset. Listen, as a kid, I remember as a kid being 14 and 15 asking, is this the truth? Can you show me, is this the truth? You understand what I'm saying? Even being in church and being a trustee in the church, things happen within that, and you say, like, this can't be the truth. This can't be, what we doing here, it's not right. You understand? And then you say, like, please show me what the truth. Listen, that day that I was watching YouTube and found Captain Lazariak had to be the best day of my life. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you pray and you speak sincerely and you truly want to know, you will find out. You understand? It will be revealed to you. You understand? Many are called, few are chosen. You understand? Listen, we all are called to this truth. But what does it say? Some fall on rocky ground. You understand? Some fall into the thorns and the thistles. Some fall on fertile ground. You understand? Listen. But anyway, let's get back to where we was at. So like I was saying, listen, gotta be, first bind that strong man. That's the only way. And that's what our oppressor uses. Listen, our oppressor is strategic in everything he does. From that Vietnam War, sending the brothers home to next to nothing, then using that welfare system, knowing that the brothers gonna come home without jobs, they're gonna need that welfare system. That's a linchpin. You understand? A linchpin. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's like a trap, a snare, a trap. It's a trap. You understand? So everything that our oppressor does is strategically done in a way that eventually you're going to fall into something. You understand? If you're not following the Most High, eventually you're going to fall into something. So he used that Vietnam War, sending the brothers home, destroyed. Then he uses that welfare system. Then what's the next thing he uses after that? Drugs is already in there. We already, from Vietnam to the drugs, right? From the drugs to the welfare system, right? What's that next step after that? Moving them out of the house. We went there, right? You move them out of the house, then what you got to do after that? Got to take them to child support. You understand? These are the, listen. What we have to do is, all right, we got to stop thinking like we think. You have to look at the deeds of the oppressor. See, that's what this Bible is for. This Bible has the history of our oppressor. It has the history of every deed that he's done just about. You understand what I'm saying? You got to look at the deeds of our oppressor and then start to map out like, okay, if he did this here and he did this here, he did it here, he bound to do it here. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, Psalms 55 and 20. Let's grab that. 55 and 20.
Psalms chapter 55 and verse 20.
Listen.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Say that again.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Hey, listen, the Native Americans helped our oppressor. Our oppressor smiled in the Native Americans' face. When the Native Americans slept, our oppressor went at them. Read that again.
Psalm 55 and 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with them.
Hey, listen, our oppressor went to war with a people that was at peace with him. Our oppressor went to war with a people that helped him to survive. Our oppressor had a plan before that to destroy these people after they got strengthened and strong. He had put forth his hand as such as be at peace with them. Our oppressor never knows peace. There is no such thing as peace to the oppressor. Look at the Native Americans today, destroyed. They are destroyed as a people. You understand? Living on reservations. What's a reservation? A concentration camp. You understand? Go ahead.
I just came off the road. They everywhere. And they in places that you wouldn't think. That's the crazy part. And they on the side of the highway. It looked like.
Wait a minute, let me stop. Hold, stop. Listen. You said they on the side of the highways, right?
Major interstates.
Wait a minute, stop. You said they on the side of the highways, right? Major interstates, right? So where's our cities at? Where the urban neighborhoods at? Right on the side of the interstates.
I'm on the slide if I could. The interstates run through our neighborhood.
Listen, so what's the difference?
It ain't no different.
Exactly.
In Chicago, the 63rd, all that runs through that skyway.
Okay, so now listen.
In Kansas, you got reservations on both sides of the highway. Look,
Right,
it's depressing.
right. It's supposed to be.
It's depressing.
It's supposed to be.
Montana, they got their own.
Stop. Listen. Why is it depressing?
Because they're our people.
No. I mean, of course they're our people, yes. But why is it depressing?
Because he had put forth his hand.
No. Listen, why is it depressing? It's depressing to keep you in that state. You must first bind the strong man. When you keep a people in a depressive state, those people stay high. Those people stay drunk. Those people stay unemployed. It's a plan. See, listen, we plan stuff for next week. Our oppressor plans for 30 and 40 and 50 years down the line. He plans so that his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren can be in heaven. He plans so that our children and our great-grandchildren can be in hell. We go home to gunfire. So immune to it now, so when we hear it, we don't even duck anymore. Where it come from? Around the corner. Let's go see what happened. You understand what I'm saying? When at a time, it was a time when you heard a gunshot, you ducked and you ran. We destroyed as a people. These are the things that they use to destroy us. So now, child support. When you take child support, right? When a woman takes a brother to child support, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen? True, right? But it's something more than that. See, listen, think like the oppressor. Think like the oppressor. You got some cat? What's going to happen? There you go. But it's going to be that animosity is going to be there. And it's never going to get back together. You understand? Here. And nobody sees that it destroys the child, like Cap said. You understand? And the cycle, listen, nobody sees that it's going to destroy the child. When the child sees this, then the child sees this after so much time, the child sees this as okay. So when that child gets older and that child tries to have a family, if it doesn't work out, then it's okay not to be together. It's okay. Yeah. Do they still got that? Yeah. Right.
She gonna say it's not your business. Glad you 8 years old.
Listen, think about it, right? It's not you are part of that family, but it's not your business. How is that? That's a great lie. That's a great lie. You understand? Think about it, right? When families stay together, why do they say they stay together, Cat? I'm doing it for who? There you go. So how is it? Think about it, right? So how is it not? How is it not? You understand? How is it not? So now you got child support, another linchpin, destroying the family, right? Yeah, that linchpin is something that holds it in place. Once you pull that linchpin, what happens? That's just like a grenade. Once you pull that pin out the grenade, what happens? That grenade is ready to explode. You understand? At least you put the linchpin back in. You understand? Even on a door, when you take those linchpins out the door, what happens? That door comes off, and now the house is exposed. You understand what I'm saying? At least you put that linchpin back in. These are the linchpins that our oppressor pulls to destroy our families, to pull our families apart. You understand what I'm saying?
Touch on what you said about gunshots, right?
Go ahead.
Like, the oppressor never got to experience the trauma and the fear of hearing a gunshot go around the corner, and you gotta identify who landed in their face by their shoes.
Right.
And you know it's not your man, you know what type of shoes your homeboy with.
Right.
You don't never gotta do like, and then or you go to move and you can't identify them, you got holes like that.
But listen, check this out. They go through something different though, right? Because emotionally, they are unstable.
Right.
You understand? They're unstable so much so now they're calling those shootings in our neighborhoods, they're calling them mass shootings.
Right.
Listen, what is a mass shooting? And I don't want to get too far off, but what's a mass shooting? Because we got to go into prison, right? But what's a mass shooting?
6 or more.
Who told you that? He told you that. Oppressor, right? It's not a mass shooting. It's not a mass shooting. What's a mass shooting? A mass shooting is when someone with a gun shoots indiscriminately, not at a specific target, but indiscriminately to hurt as many people as he can. That's a mass shooting. What we do as an ignorant people is we shoot at someone and make a mistake and hit him, her, trying to get him. That's not a mass shooting. That's a fool shooting at somebody that can't shoot. You understand what I'm saying? So what they do to make the face of mass shootings, us, like they made the face of LGBTQ, us, like they made the face of being in the ghetto, us. They'll make the face of mass shooting, us, by integrating those things like that. We have to understand what's going on. We said it earlier, right? Trust not thine enemy. When we're put in a position in the neighborhoods that we live in, and certain things happen, we cry for the oppressor to come in and straighten it out. We are a people who believe we can't police ourselves. So we have to have someone else policing us. Think about it, right? We have our own families in our houses that we police every day. But when we come outside those doors, we can't police ourselves. How does that sound? That sounds ignorant. If you can police in your house, how can't you police in your neighborhood? You understand what I'm saying? These are the things where when we fall under the spell of our oppressor, we are destroyed as a people. That leads us into prisons now. Child support leads to prison. I've known quite a few people. My uncle was one, went to jail for child support. Think about it, right? Think about a brother that has never been to prison, never been to jail, never been locked up. All of a sudden, he's forced into that environment for child support. Commanding General Yohanna said it a few years back. He said a brother can renege on a loan for $250,000, but go back on child support $1,000 and they put a warrant out for your arrest. $1,000. And now you have to go to jail for $1,000. Then what's more draconian than that is that when you go to jail or prison, your child support continues. Then they put you through so much red tape that it's almost impossible to get a reduction while in prison, because the prison system does not allow you to do certain things when they don't want you to. You understand? So if you got it, let's say you want reduction papers sent from child support. That'll take you some months to get that. And that's not saying whether it's going to get sent back. You understand what I'm saying? So now let's look at some numbers. Once we get into the prison system because of child support, now listen, this is crazy, right? Now we're going to break down prison systems across the United States. The United States has the highest prison population in the world. Think about this, right? The United States has imprisoned 3 times as more people as China, and China is in the billions. Billions. You understand what I'm saying? United States state prisons. How many state prisons are in the United States? 1,833. Now that's just 3 years ago, because I did this 3 years ago.
It's not counting private.
No, wait, whoa, slow down, cowpoke. Slow down. Yeah, listen, 1,833 state prisons, right? You have 110 federal prisons. You got 3,134 local jails. Think about this. How many juvenile correction centers do we have?
In Maryland?
No, in the country. How many in Maryland?
One downtown. Shelton had.
Listen, stop. See, listen, you know Baltimore.
Right.
I said the state.
That's Shelton had BT.
Okay, so listen, I'm skipping over all that. 1,772 in the country. Listen, 52 states, right? 52 states. Divide that by 1,772. I'm just saying, you ain't got to do the numbers, but I'm just saying, look how many on average could be in every state. Not to mention the privatized prisons that are popping up now. Now, I don't have the numbers on the privatized prisons because I did this 3 years ago, right? Immigration detention centers, how many? 35 and a half. You understand? Listen, immigration detention centers, 218. Listen, America plans on keeping us right where we are so that they can make this money. I ain't getting into the numbers yet, but I'm gonna get into the numbers of how much per prisoner, right? Listen, they have prisons for the Native Americans. That's 80 all across the country. And you might as well say that's what them concentration camps are. You understand? They got military prisons, they got civil commitment centers, and they got state psychiatric centers. Now, 3 years ago, on the average, stay per inmate per day was $150 a day. That's per prison. Now, when I worked down at jail, I worked J and K, right? On J section, it was 96. On K section, it was 144. Sloppy. That was east and west. East and west. On the east side, you had 96. On the west side, you had 144. You understand? That's a lot. Between 500 and 1,000 inmates in a facility per facility, right? That's 54,000. I'm just gonna say $55,000 a year per inmate, right? You got, now that's one prison. $41 million a year, one prison. That's 750 inmates, 54 million per year per 1,000 inmates. Now multiply that times all the prisons and all of that. This is $1 billion industry, over almost $1 trillion industry that they get paid. Now think, Commander General Yohana said that, think about this, right? All of the commissary and everything that the commissary is making off of these prisoners, that we sending money to all of these prisoners, that's more money on top of that. So you got the judges making money, you got the prosecuting attorneys making money, you got the defendant's attorneys making money, you got the bailiffs making money. Everybody makes money off of us but us. And then they get you into commissary and they make the rest of your money like that. That's just like the Christian church right there. Commissary is like the Christian church. We're going to take what's left over. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, we destroy as a people. These people are literally making money off of us. They are destroying our families as we watch. As we watch, we being destroyed. 55,000. Now this is 3 years ago, and the economy has already risen 2 or 3 times since then, right? So you can actually say it's probably about $60,000 a year now, over that. Because in some of these prisons, they getting $84,000 per prisoner. Paying the guards getting paid, and all of these privatized prisons, you got families working these privatized prisons. Think about it, right? What's in Cumberland? Somebody tell me what's in Cumberland. What's in Cumberland? No, but what's besides the jail, what's in Cumberland? Nothing. How is Cumberland thriving? Go ahead, Cap.
Some secluded areas where these facilities are at.
Right.
It's the only accounting for that time. Right.
And that's what we're getting to right there. You understand? These private prisons and these prisons that are out there like Cumberland and things like that are the thing that's making these towns grow, are making these towns thrive. I went to my son had my youngest had a lacrosse game. This was a few years back. He was little, right? And I was saying to myself, like, what is out here that's got all of this? Because it's no industries or nothing. Come to find out, it was a prison out there where he was playing at. You understand? In Sykesville. And they got the Central Laundry out Sykesville. You understand? These are the things that they use against us to destroy us. You understand? Hey, give me, I want to get this scripture. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children.
Salat, you hold on for a minute. Wait a minute. Salat. My bad. I'm looking the wrong way. Go ahead.
Say, woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord.
Hey, listen, it says, woe to the rebellious children. What does woe mean? Woe means destruction. Destruction to the rebellious children. Go ahead.
Said the Lord. But not of me.
Say that again. Read that over again.
He said, woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, but not of me.
that take counsel.
Oh, Salaki, said the Lord that take counsel, but not of me.
And that's the problem with us right there. See, we take counsel, but we don't take the counsel of the Most High. We like to take the counsel of America. We talked about that earlier, about that Pledge of Allegiance. You understand? We like to take the counsel of America. We believe in the lies of America. You understand? We believe in the things that America tells us. We believe everything that America says. Listen, that's propaganda. You understand? Believing in those lies of America, believing that this is one big melting pot. You understand? Believe that everyone should get along. Believing that we can intermarry, intermingle, and things like that. These are the lies of America. These are the things that destroy us. Think about this, right? What's his name? Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court? How can you be a brother on the Supreme Court and go against, what did he go against? He's against, what's the thing that helped black brothers? Affirmative action. How can you be a brother and be against affirmative action? Why is he against affirmative action? There you go. You understand? Listen, when we intermingle and intermarry, it clouds our judgment. It makes us, our thoughts change. We begin to see through the eyes of the oppressor. We stop seeing the pain of our people and we begin to see through the eyes of the oppressor. You understand? We believe in the lies of America. You understand? Go ahead.
But not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit.
Listen, we cover with the covering, but not of the Most High Spirit. What does that mean? See, we want to be Democrat and Republican. You understand? We want to be like left wing and right wing. We want to be all of those things that go against what the Most High has told us. We want to be equal. You understand? We cover in the covering, but not of the Most High. We believe in democracy. We believe in Joe Biden. We believe in Trump. We believe in Sheila Dixon. We believe in all of these mayors and city council. Think about this, right? I'm specifically looking at Baltimore. How can Baltimore be 87% black, have all black city council or mostly black city councilmen, a black mayor, black commissioners, black everything, but we suffer the most? How is that? Because we cover in a covering, but not of the Most High. You understand? We believe in everything America. We don't believe in anything biblically. We don't believe in anything of the Most High. We don't believe in the truth. This is the reason why we destroyed as a people. This is the reason why we live in the way we live in. You understand? Go ahead. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Salaki, hold up. Go ahead, Cap.
But not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Listen, think about it, right? What's adding sin to sin? Somebody tell me, what's adding sin to sin?
Adding sin to sin is sinning and saying that the Most High not going to say it. So I haven't been punished for it yet, so I might as well do this. And if I can get away with that, I might as well do that. That's not it. Like adding sin to cover the sin?
No, what's adding sin to sin? Listen, adding sin to sin. Think about the vote. The Most High tells us not to vote, right? But we vote anyway, and we take Democrat and Republican side. We put people over us. Think about it, right? We put people over us that the Most High didn't choose. Then that person says that it's okay to be LGBTQ, and we agree with it. That's adding sin to sin. You understand? Doing what the Most High told us not to do and then following someone else and then agreeing when they really do negative is adding sin to sin. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And walk, verse 2.
Go ahead.
And walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
Say that again.
That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
Listen, check this out. We walked to go down into Egypt, but not asked of the Most High, right? Shaking hands and making covenants with our oppressor. That's what the Native American Indians did. You understand? Making covenants. Think about this, right? CNN said just a few years ago that America has broken up over 177 peace treaties with the Native American Indians and are still breaking those peace treaties till this day. How can anybody continue to trust in America? Why do we continue to trust in America? Adding sin to sin. We continue, no matter what America does to us, we continue to trust in America. Let's give them another chance. Let's give them another chance. Look, what does Commander General Yohan say all the time? We like an abused woman. We want to give him another chance. I love him though. He gonna do right. Eventually he gonna change. Listen, we just talked about that earlier. Who can make that straight which I have made crooked? We truly believe that if we push it, listen, thanks to Martin Luther King, if we push enough love on them, they're gonna love us back. No matter how much they punch us in the eye, swole up my eye, what Martin said, we going to the Bahamas, we gonna watch the sunrise as soon as I can open my eyes. We love America. You understand? So much so that we'll destroy our families for America. We'll push our children into the Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marines. Go out, be all you can be, trusting in America. We destroyed as a people. How? I mean, think about it, right? Think about it. Being on the outside and you see somebody being abused by somebody else, and you say like, "Damn, yo, how can you keep going through that? How can you keep doing that?" Right? Think about it. That's how the other nations look at us. They stupid. They ain't gonna say nothing to you, but they gonna continually watch us get abused. You understand what I'm saying? Hold up for a minute. They gonna continually watch us get abused. When are we gonna wake up and understand that we are being abused? There is a way out. These laws, statutes, and commandments will pull us straight out of the abusive relationship that we're going through with America. America is totally destroying our families. We fighting here to get our families back. Remember how everybody said, what Commander Yohan said? He said, everybody wants to see a black man in the White House, but we need a black man in every black house. Our sisters got to wake up and understand that you need that black strong man in your house. You understand? Following these laws, statutes, and commandments. Not just a man, but a man in this truth. A black man is not sufficient enough. A black man in the truth is what you need. You understand? Go ahead. Oh, what you got, bro? The top?
It's a toxic relationship.
Yeah, it's a toxic. We in one right now. Being in America, we in a toxic relationship. We got a way out though. You understand? Go ahead, finish that.
And walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked in my mouth.
Say that again.
And walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked in my mouth.
That have walked to go down into Egypt, but have not asked of my mouth. What does that mean? Go ahead.
finish this though?
Go, no. But that's, listen, that walk to go down into Egypt, but not of my mouth. Didn't we? We did that one already. Go ahead.
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
And how do they strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh? Go ahead.
Like making those deals, like you talk about the trees and stuff like that.
Something a little more than that. I mean, but that's part of it, though. That's part of it. But what's the main thing? How do we strengthen? Let's think about it, right? How do you strengthen yourself in America? How do we strengthen ourselves in America? Right? But how do we strengthen ourselves in the 4th of July? How do we strengthen ourselves in Christmas? Celebrating the customs and culture. We get into it. We feel like we're a part of America. We feel like we're finally American. That's the one time, not the one time, but when those unholy holidays come around, that's the one time where we feel like we're a part of America. And we celebrating that 4th of July. Where were we at the 4th of July? 1776, where were we at? How can we celebrate it then if we were slaves? But when we celebrate that, we feel like we're strengthening ourselves in America. Think about those Olympics, the 1992 Olympics with the Dream Team. God bless. Remember that? Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, all that. Listen, I zapped out. You understand what I'm saying? I was strengthened in America. See, America knows exactly what to use to capture your imagination. America knows exactly what to do to reel you in. That hook out there, that Christmas is a hook. That 4th of July is a hook. That Olympic team is a hook. And then they make all the videos afterwards, and then you start watching the highlights and damn, remember that? The hair starts standing up on your arm. Next thing you know, you happy to be in America. Right. You understand what I'm saying? This is how we strengthen ourselves in America. This is how we come down into America and strengthen our. Go ahead, Cap. Who's that? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Listen, do you know how many people went through the ceiling when they won? You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And listen. Even being in the truth, right? You feel that like, yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, America knows what to do to capture us. You understand what I'm saying? This is how we strengthen ourselves in America. This is a linchpin. This is how America hooks us. Go ahead.
Even the stimulus check.
Oh man, listen.
The stimulus check.
Son, listen, when that stimulus check came out, I was waiting for the second one.
Right.
You understand? America knows. Got you. You understand what I'm saying? America knows that hook. Listen. We think about tomorrow. America thinks 40 years. 40 years now. We too, what do they call it? Too feeble-minded. We too short. You understand? Our thought process doesn't go past. You understand what I'm saying? Where our oppressor is, he's setting us up today for 40 years now. You understand? Listen, it says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. This is how we strengthen ourselves in America, by celebrating those customs and culture. And every time we celebrate those customs and culture, we destroy ourselves. Understand? Celebrating that Christmas, you destroy. Thanksgiving, think about it, right? Thanksgiving, what is Thanksgiving about? We always, listen, think about it. In kindergarten, they used to make us make the hand turkey. Remember that? have us drawing pumpkins and stuff like that. You understand? Telling us how, the Pilgrims and the Indians got together, after the winter and had a great feast and stuff like that, and everything was hunky-dory. So all those years we came up and got out of high school, you still thinking, you're adult and you still thinking America, and then all of a sudden you find out the truth and like, oh God, dang, the whole time. America knows exactly what America is doing. Go ahead, read.
To trust in the shadow of Egypt.
To trust in the shadow of Egypt. How you trust in the shadow of Egypt?
By thinking that America.
What's the shadow?
The shadow.
What's the shadow?
The shadow of strength.
No, what's the shadow?
You said what's a shadow?
Yeah. What's the shadow?
It's like a reflection of you.
Right. It's a reflection, but what do you can you grab a shadow? Can you touch a shadow? Can you control a shadow? So what's a shadow? Shadow is a pledge. See, it's up here. Star Spangled Banner, all these things that get you heated inside. This is the shadow. You understand all of those sayings, America's one great big melting, all those things that fool you. The songs, God Bless America, Pledge of Allegiance, planes, what they say, purple, the amber waves of all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, America, all that. You understand what I'm saying? He good. You see, he got it right. Purple Majesty. You know what I mean? But all of these things. Think about it, right? Even the Constitution, right? Even the Emancipation. Let's think about it, right? We all sit around thinking all year we think we are free, when literally we are still in prison. Listen, they make money off of those brothers and sisters that are in prison, but they make just as much money off of us that we are not in prison. If that not be true, right? How does Trump pay no taxes, but they still are able to give how much? Billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars to Israel, billions of dollars to all of these economies of all of these countries that don't deserve it. How is that? Because we are that slave. You understand? We are that prisoner. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, what you got?
Real quick. Trump supported real quick, if I could. All right. So they think that Trump going to jail. Get some people that don't like Trump. Trump going to jail, right? Every president is assigned a secret service detail, right? When the secret service got to go to jail with Trump.
No.
Like you just like.
No. Stop. Listen. Those people don't go to real prison. You go to Camp Med. When you can cook for yourself, you eat what you want to eat. It's not a prison. Listen, when we look at prison, we look at ourselves. We think listen, Navarro just turned himself in today, right? Trump's advisor when he was president. He just turned himself in today. He's going to do 90 days in prison, right? He's going to do 90 days at Club Med. They say he got internet, he got TV, he get to cook, he get to do everything he want to do. He get time. Listen, he just got time off from his job. He on vacation. People, they don't get what we get. You understand what I'm saying? If you had disobeyed the court and not showed up to court, they would have arrested you last year. You'd already be doing time. They gave Steve Bannon, he said, listen, I ain't ready to turn myself in right now. I got to do a couple of things. And do you get to do that? So do you think he going to the same prison you going to? Listen, what does this say right here? It says, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Stop trusting in what you seeing and look at what you see. You feel me? Stop trusting what you see and look at what you see. They don't get what we get. You understand? Listen, we talked about this earlier. We living in our hell right now. They living in their heaven. Even when they do more evil than usual to their own, they still live in heaven. Even when they go into prison, they living in heaven. Their prisons are not the prisons that we live in. You understand? You ain't gonna never be bunking next to Trump. Trump got a room. These rooms got carpet on the floor. What prison you know got carpet? Don't be fooled, man. Don't be fooled. And with that, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969. And what is that truth? This truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the descendants of the greatest people that ever walked the face of this earth. We got to come back to the Most High, get our families back together, and do what we do. The only way we come up out of this hell is if we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Get into this ISUPK, get up in this truth, and let's make this world a living hell for our oppressor. That turn the class over to Police Officer.
Security announcement. Should say head priest.
All in the back. Come. Hey, Shalom, Israel. We the ISUPK. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York, on Commander General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They'll be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves with the world. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. It's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes is a commandment. You can find us in Numbers 18 to 21 and Malachi 3, 8 through 10. It means a tenth in Hebrew and pronounced Maishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you're supposed to give that to the Treasury Department of the ISUPK. Priest fund is a free will offering to the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. We have an upcoming Holy Convocation is Passover. That's April 20th through kind of festivities start through from the 17th through the 22nd. Make sure you get that. It's in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. $200 per person. Make sure you and your family pay that. Make sure you get there. Make sure you attend every event. Ramana Akim and Salaki, the Akim and Akwaki, and to check on social medias, ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is supposed to be wearing all black, which includes boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. With that, we're going to stand and give one courtesy salute to the teacher, Minimum Israel Shemajim, Majim Shabbat, Majim Rock, Yahaba Shimel Shah Rock Thug. Yazabata, class is missed. Salat. A little tired. I need to get some rest.
You got a headband? Put that headband on real quick. Not that, we leave one too.
Oh, okay, okay.
There's a headband on the table right here. Hey, real quick, we're gonna probably make a clip out of this. You're still alive.
Come, sir.
You're gonna be, you on the outside because you over the brother.
Come.
You on the inside. Excuse me real quick, I want to grab this real quick. Still alive one, I think you can make a clip out of this too, hold that. It's already gone. Yeah, clap it up real quick.
All right.
Just a couple of things. We got Trooper Bakar here. You know what I'm saying? Brother been extremely diligent in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Ordered himself of a great what's the word I'm looking for? Diligence. I used that word already. Brother been
You've been solid.
brother been solid. That's
God.
a good thing.
Great.
Been mad solid,
Great.
mad diligent, mad mature in this truth. You understand? Handling himself with great prestige. You understand? Of course, up here we already know that in order to advance past a trooper, you got to pass that test. You got to pass that officer's test, and that's what this brother did tonight.
All right. All right.
And we're gonna anoint this brother with oil and send these prayers up. He will no longer be a trooper, and there's also he became an officer of 50 under Commander Giuliani.
All right.
Oil. Step up. There you go. A little much, but hey, it's on there. It's I'll put it down. Yeah, still got it. Flip this. I know it's a prayer for the brother. And just the brothers will repeat after me. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraki Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
All Yahweh.
All Yahweh.
Yahweh.
And Yahweh.
All Yahweh.
All Yahweh. Like you come from.
All Yahweh.
All Yahweh.
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 All Yahweh.
All Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Like Shem.
Shalom.
Shalom. Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahushua. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Agun.
Bukar.
Bakar. Bakar. Bakar.
Hashem Yahushua.
Bahashem Yahushua. The Wadaman. Amen. Big bro. All right.